Greetings and salutations, Dota fans! It is I, Badger, back for some more League of Legends Season 10 action, and I am joined tonight by the usual suspect, Mr. Simply 2-Based, Mr. 5RAF4 Staff, Mr. Dota Buff Community Manager, Mr. Nouns Social Media Manager, Mr. Atomic War Enthusiast, Logical Dota. How are you tonight?
Thank you. I'm doing good. I like how you started with simply two based. I just keep collecting them. I can never go past them. It's just anytime I help a team with anything, they get added to my repertoire.
I mean, technically, there is not really a Simply 2-Based anymore, so you were on the final 2-Based iteration.
That's not true. They're in the lower bracket.
They've rebranded, haven't they?
No. They're still two based. I think. I'll double check this, but yeah, it's two based still.
They are? I did
Oh,
not know that. I thought they rebranded.
I mean, it is four different players, so that's not that's not the most unreasonable thing in the world.
Well, we are here, though, for some League of Legends action. We have two very interesting teams tonight. These are two teams that I think going into the season, people are a lot higher on.
There's gonna be Marcy picked right here. Oh, I'm so smart.
And we do have Marcy and Captain's Mode at long last. And we have two teams here that have not won many Dota games. Draiden Fanclub 2 and 4, SenseiRaven1 1 and 5. Both of these results, honestly, kind of shocking.
I'm pretty used to flaming these teams. I didn't expect you to, Badger. That was crazy.
That's not flames. I am being strictly factual here. I know a number of people were doomsaying with this Draiden Fan Club team, saying it's too good for the league. They're going to quite literally break the league's parity. Well, currently they're 2 and 4, so they have not broken it quite yet.
Yeah, and some of these players are definitely playoff players. I'd say, like Sasquatch. I think always just. I never feel like he super crushes the group stage. Maybe he had a couple of good seasons with Dark W, but always in playoffs, I feel like he really kicks into overdrive and always overperforms.
I guess one notable thing is look who's drafting for the Radiant. It's no longer Hobbs. It's now Sasquatch.
I think we missed one of their series, right? We missed one. Oh no! I cast that one with the Math Magician, but I just didn't pay attention to who was drafting them. But it has been at least a full series since their last time we saw them draft like this.
I feel like DOS Enchantress is never going to get banned, is it?
I was expecting it to get banned. Honestly, I thought Draiden Fan Club's bans were going to be Wisp and Marcy because the one game since SR1, I don't know what I should call Dire. I'm just going to call them SR1. For the one game that they won, they had Wisp, and then I thought they were going to ban Marcy just because the hero is really strong, and Brightside is like level 25 Marcy, I want to say, or something absurd. Like I don't even know how, but he's like at least platinum tier Marcy, and so I was expecting that to get banned as well.
Not tonight, apparently. We've seen a number of pro teams allowing Marcy to go through. Some teams have owned with it, notably Nouns have owned with Marcy. Other teams, such as, say, Happy Seals today and NADPC, a little bit less successful, but I know, I'm of the opinion Marcy's very good. I'm assuming you're still in the same, Marcy's very good opinion?
Yeah, I think this hero will become really stupid once it's unlocked in other positions, but no one has really done it that much. Everyone just kind of picks a 4 and 5. It's still really strong though. In lane it forces you to feed is how it feels to play against. Is that there's just no escaping it.
Definitely not fun to just have your hero be moved. And there's not much counterplay to it. I mean, sure, you can pick a hero with a mobility tool, but there's only so many heroes with mobility tools to escape from Marcy just taking you and forcing you, like, what is it, like 1,000 units away with dispose and rebound. It's not fun.
It doesn't even drag you back that far, but I think the main gripe I'd have with it is that Marcy's her mobility, and then when she W's a teammate, they get a lot of extra move speed. So then like you and your lane partner's mobility is really good, and then you're just able to like pick whenever you want to move their hero pretty much. Like you can always choose the perfect opportunity because you're like pretty much always in range to rebound in and then dispose.
I have some bad news, Logical.
Dude,
I've never actually read what Marcy's abilities were called because I've never played Marcy.
I can help you out with this one. Q, the one that throws you, dispose. The one where you jump off someone and it gives them a little bit of move speed. Rebound. Third one is called Sidekick. It gives you lifesteal and flat damage, and it works on Marcy and a teammate that you click it on. And the last spell is called Unleash. It's the one where you hit really quick.
This is very useful because I don't learn ability names until the heroes in captain's mode. I haven't casted it yet, so this is the first time I've casted Marcy.
I don't know all the rounds. I think it's like onslaught, trample, uproar. I don't remember what the ult's called. The ult's called
Pulverize,
pulverize.
maybe?
Yeah, pulverize sounds correct. I was gonna say the same thing, so I'm just gonna assume it's right.
Yeah, when he gets
Yep.
out of the captain's mode, we'll look it up again. We'll actually find out what the abilities are called.
It's pulverize. We got it.
Oh,
And
it
he's of
is?
course he's got the signature ability, his shard, rock throw,
I got it.
like Geo, dude.
He's gotta toss the rock. Nice, highly accurate move. Very good in the Skywrath Major notes. Oh dear lord, where have we gone mentally? We're back to the draft. We have Marcy, Dragon Knight, Mars, Enchantress, Radiance. A very safe draft regarding their players and their comfort pool, and then Dire to go for this modern Marcy DK concept.
Kind of surprised to see them ban Scarith Mage for SR1, but I guess I can kind of understand because Sasquatch, you kind of feel like he's just going to play one of these greedier type heroes and it'll work well with Mars, but I think it also could have worked nicely with their draft with the Marcy and DK. Those are both pretty solid setups for. Ooh, what's that spell called? Mystic Flare.
But that one hasn't changed names in a long time.
Tusk. Okay, I think this is going to be mid Tusk.
We don't
They,
see
they,
that much Tusk pick nowadays, but generally we do see it played mid nowadays.
I think the hero's still pretty solid pause 4. Like even with Tusk in your lane, I think it could be, or not Tusk in your lane. Sorry, with Mars in your lane, it could be pretty good because the God's Rebuke slow. It also hits, so it works nicely in conjunction with Tag Team. The Draiden Fanclub has been playing a lot of Tusk mid though, so I kind of expect to see it there. Festal's been playing it a lot.
Get some Morana pick as well. I feel like we've seen. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's just me, but I feel like we've been seeing a lot of more Morana over the last week or two. Teams just seem to be really picking up on, hey, this hero is very cool. Arrows with long stun. Leap is a very powerful tool, and it works very well with this Dragon Knight hero as well. If that's going to be the 3-4 lane, you have the Dragon Tail into Arrow. It's just a really powerful combination.
Yeah, I agree. I think there has been more Mirana, but I'm not super sold on the hero. Definitely works well with Dragonite. I think we'll have to see how the Enchantress lane goes because I mean Mirana it's really hard to arrow the Enchantress's actual creep. Like once you have the creep enchanted, if the Enchantress is paying attention, it's really easy to dodge the arrow. Kind of. Well, not like really easy, but you should be able to dodge the arrow. I think the real part of the countering the Enchantress goes is that as Mirana, your game plan should just be to arrow the creeps in the camps before Enchantress even enchants them, so that the creep is dead by the time the Enchantress gets there.
We have a Weaver 17 pick, which once again probably is going to end up being the carry hero for team. We're seeing some very interesting all chat going on pregame. We saw Fatalist earlier remind Draiden Fanclub they had 30 seconds of reserve time, and then DOS returns the reminder of 30 seconds reserve time. So it's just these people are killing me.
They picked Weaver. I think this is going to be carry Weaver.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, it's definitely one of. If memory serves, T enjoys the hero.
It's I guess it actually. Oh, that lane is oppressive. Marcy Weaver, that is a piece of shit lane to lane against. Oh my god.
I'm
Because
assuming you stick on what the unleash, and you just you're very powerful then.
well, I think no better. I think the the unleash plus the minus armor. I mean, it's like decent, but I think that like late game giving the Weaver some lifesteal would be nice. But like more importantly, that lane just hits like a stupid timing at like level 2, level 3. I think heroes will just die at 100% HP to rebound into dispose with bugs on top of them. Like Weaver already does a ton of damage, but normally you just kind of like run into your tower and then you kill the bug and then it's kind of whatever. But you don't really have time to do that against Marcy because the hero will slow you with rebound and then it'll toss you back, and then, like just these two heroes in conjunction, like Weaver does a lot of damage and then Marcy is able to reposition heroes to let Weaver do a lot of damage.
5 seconds remaining.
Honestly, I remember when Marcy first like got released in the game, not even to captain's mode, I was thinking like what the most bullshit Marcy lanes would be, and I think the three that I decided were the most obnoxious to lane against was Marcy Veno, Marcy Visage, and Marcy Weaver. And they just had Marcy Weaver this game.
Remaining.
And then we have this Medusa hero, and
5 seconds remaining.
I think Medusa is a very good hero, not just in general, but also in a lad's environments. I mean, it's one of those heroes where you play against Medusa, you have to do something. Because you can't just sit back, twiddle your thumbs, and let Medusa farm. You're probably going to eventually lose. Problem is, Dire actually have some good heroes for making plays happen this game. They have multiple heroes who are going to buy Blink in Dragon Knight and possibly this Enigma. They have Marcy, a playmaking hero. They have Marana, a playmaking hero. There's a lot of opportunities to potentially ruin Medusa's game this game.
It's pretty rare that you see Enigma fall this late into the draft, but I mean, the hero is still really strong, so I think think it makes sense to pick it. Had to see what their lanes are though. I think that might be like a Marcy mid.
It wouldn't shock me too much. I mean, one of these heroes has to go mid, and even though literally all of their heroes can go mid, none of them are played as mids anymore. We're going to see a Dragon Knight mid, a Marcy 5, an Enigma farming offlane, and a Marana 4. Interesting.
I don't love it, but if they're able to just kind of like have nothing happen in the lanes until the DK is able to have a fast blink, because probably won't get pressured by the Tusk, are they? Then they can go run around and start killing people with Marana arrows. It like just DK's done to Marana arrow. You can have Marcy chill around. Enigma will just be a really strong lane presence that'll be obnoxious for the Medusa to sit and lane into. I could see Darius draft functioning like that. I'll have to say though, I just prefer Radiant's draft. I think it's if both teams make mistakes, I think Radiant's draft wins.
I think this is a very good Rubik pick, very good Medusa pick. I agree with you on that assessment. I think Dire have to outplay to win this game, and it's hard to outplay a team with these players. I mean, there's some very good Radiant side players here.
I think if both teams play very well, then Dire should, in theory, win all three lanes and just crush the game like that, but I don't think it'll be so easy in practice. Because, yeah, I mean, they do have three favorite lanes on Dire, pretty much. Maybe you can argue the DK Tusk lane shouldn't be particularly DK favored, should go pretty even, but Enigma Marana, Enigma Marana against Medusa Enchantress, I feel like the Enigma Marana lane will just kind of deny creeps with Enigma, and the Marana will go chase around the Enchantress, and they'll play 2v1v1s, and that lane should be pretty good for Dire. And I think this Marcy Weaver lane, Mars Rubik is like decent, but the Rubik can feed to dispose plus bugs, and the Mars can also feed if one of his spells go on cooldown. So I think that lane should definitely be a Dire favorite as well.
Here it is. It is 10:38. We have finally gotten past the draft of game number 1. So
you love to just sneak little shit talk into the teams.
We are
you
here
fucking
for game
clown.
You're calling it out. You're absolutely right, but we are here for game number 1 of a best of 2 series between Draiden Fanclub and SenseiRaven1. My name is Badger. I'm joined by the one and only Logical. I think we're gonna be in for a good time. Seems like okay, Valve has not fixed what they did to the spectator mode yet, so camera might be a little bit jittery tonight, but what can you do?
Classic.
I don't even know what change they made to do this, but before you could have like a steady cam plus WASD to like a smooth drag, and now it's you press the buttons and it doesn't drag, so yeah.
I love looking at starting items because it tells me who the nerds are that actually pay attention. And it's not even, I shouldn't even say nerd because it's not a bad thing, but who actually pays attention to trends and stuff, and who actually like is up to date with meta stuff. Happy to see that DOS and Ka have headdresses. I think this is the new wave, kind of, now that salves aren't as popular, and it's just very solid overall. It gives you a net like 4.5 regen over the lane permanently. It's definitely very money efficient. It used to be super popular, but it's still very solid now. I think Tundra was the first team that did it. Oh, Sasquatch gets hit by arrow. He's fucking dead.
He is going to die. He'll fade bolt before he dies, so his first blood going to Fatalist on the Dragon Knight, and given he'll be mid this game, that is one fantastic start to what could be suddenly a much better lane for DK with that money.
I mean, honestly, I think you would have preferred to have your safe lane get it, because nothing's gonna happen in this mid lane. Like, this mid lane is gonna be unless Festival messes up massively, this mid lane is going to be incredibly boring. And when I say messes up massively, I mean like he takes a lot of damage by accident, and then his creeps get denied. No one's dying here.
And I know one of the big concepts you emphasize is, like, you know, the first 3 waves in terms of value in the lane. But think about it, Fatalist has literally augmented his laning experience with a pre-first 3 waves kill. So he's, you know, 400 gold richer than he probably should be right now, which is just fantastic.
It's true.
But you mentioned the whole headdress tech, the quote-unquote nerd tech. Bottom lane supports, they both have the nerd tech. Top lane supports, not a single headdress. But then again, that's Sasquatch and Brightside for you. Speaking of Brightside, he's taking a lot of damage right now.
Sasquatch retired. Brightside, he's a manager, so it's understandable.
He's a manager now?
Yeah, he manages.
Is he a Steel's manager?
Yeah.
He's gone from caster to manager?
It's probably still a caster.
I don't think I've seen him cast a season of DPC yet, though. They've been sticking Apon with, like, Kips and Bowie and Wingblade.
Yeah, we're casters, but we've never casted a season of DBC.
Doesn't it make us not casters, though, if we're not casting DPC? We're just...
Okay, we're not casters, then.
We're not casters. We're commentators.
Right?
That's all we are. We're commentators. Dirty commentators.
Sports analysts.
Sports analysts. Wouldn't we be esports analysts, or do we not qualify yet for that?
That sounds fair. Dusa has a lot of last hits. Oh, they, No, never mind. I'm blind. They didn't do anything. Deuce is just owning. I think that they're playing the lane really well. DOS gets this nice mana burn creep as well.
Near's I mean, I've mentioned it probably 13 billion times, but I'll mention it now 13 billion and one times. This Near's a very stable carry player. You give him a lane like this and he'll just be able to CS freely and have a fantastic game. It's even against an Enigma. Sure, Enigma's just denying a bunch of creeps, but other than that, Near is last hitting basically everything.
Yeah. Done a very solid job. Whoa, is he gonna get arrow here?
We're seeing multiple side lane fights going on right now. Top lane, Sasquatch barely survives. Over to bottom lane, Near also is barely alive. Garda is hitting under that T1 tower, but Near is still standing his ground, but he might just die here. Never mind, the Eidolons do not do quite enough damage to bring down Medusa, so Dire win the trade in both side lanes, but secure no kills.
Still pretty good harass for Dire. They didn't really commit that much. Ka missed the Starstorm, but I don't think it would have resulted in a kill, so it's no big deal really. Surprised to see the top lane so quiet, but I think now that they've hit this level 3 timing, they can really go crazy. Okay, never mind. T got a second point of Shikuchi. This is certainly incorrect.
Is he? Would you expect like a 1-1-1 build? Or?
Yeah, I think 1-1-1 build is definitely the best. I've seen 0-2-1, which is like also probably a grief, but I don't think I've ever seen 1-2-0, except for like, yeah, I mean even on support, I don't think 1-2-0 is the build. I think people just go 1-1-1. It's really nice. Like all your skills synergize well with each other.
Well, top lane, it's a big trade going on. Everybody's low, but who will die? Lift is in, stunning on both. Right side low, but Hobbs dies first. Sasquatch wants some kills. T is low, but has Shikuchi away. Bright side is a good distance away, so it will be 1 kill on Hobbs for the Dire. No kills in exchange. Now 2 kills on the board for the side of SenseiRaven1.
Badger, I wish we had replays, because that engage in the top line right now is the perfect example of why you need to call your targets and why you need to focus one target in these early game fights. Because Sasquatch and Hobbs, they kind of like split their targets. You saw Sasquatch lifted the Weaver, and then the Marcy was the one that got spear, and they're both auto attacking each other, and then they both end up making it out alive. They both live with like 50 health. Sasquatch isn't able to finish either of them. It's really important in these early game fights to just focus one hero at a time. Because they probably would have been able to kill both of them if they just like killed the Weaver first, and then the Marcy would overextend a little bit to kill the Mars, and then they'd be able to kill the Marcy after on Rubik. But they end up just getting none of them. It's pretty rough.
Speaking of focusing down one target, you see in the bottom lane, Ka and Garda, they both hit the same hero, that DOS Enchantress. He went down there, another moving to do so. They're once again 2 heroes hitting one target. Arrow is missed, but they're still running down near. He'll pop his stick, but he's still running away. He'll barely survive on 56 HP. He'll get salved now by DOS, but that's not a happy salve right there.
Yeah. That was a pretty... He got salved from 0 health, and he went to half health. Oh, okay. Alright, now that they've hit the level 4 timing on Weaver, this guy just... Sasquatch feeds from a screen's length away.
I mean, you tried the TP away there, but Marcy Disposed just canceled that one in short time, so there's not much you can really do there on the Rubik in an isolated scenario like that where you have the swarm on you. And see, bottom lane, very intent on arrowing some small camp creeps just to ruin DOS's enchanters. Against like, alright, DOS will enchant these creeps. I will arrow them. I will try to ruin DOS's game. DOS, he's had a pretty ruined game, so I guess it's working out so far. Arrow, middle lane, off the mark on Festival, but with rotation from Brightside, they get the kill. It's a very good play there from Dire. They both supports rotate in. He's brought them the Tusk easily there.
Yeah. Radiant supports came mid though, and they covered for the Tusk's death, so the catapult ends up dying. I don't think there's going to be any major tower damage with this first DK breath. One thing that's pretty interesting though, I think Garda's lane has been looking pretty good. I think he's just missed a lot of CS. Like, he's the lowest CS of all the cores right now. He's got a lot of denies, got 14 denies, because you do end up having, like, 130 damage on Enigma if you count your Eidolons. But I literally think he's just missed the CS. And that happens sometimes. I do that too. But it definitely can grief the game.
It's one of those things where I don't say like 30 less instead of 20 right now. He'd be at his earn. He'd probably have possibly even a stick on top of that. He'd be a lot richer than he is currently, able to ball his game forward rather than just, not having that earn.
Yeah. And I mean, honestly, I don't think it'd be entirely unreasonable. They're fighting into this task.
From Festival, save Medusa, but it's caught diving the tower near. Remains alive though, just barely enough with that raindrop to survive. But once again, nobody's dead.
It is a depressing rotation from Festival, though. He used his TP, and then he stood here for 30 seconds, and he can't even commit into Garda. Because level 1 Black Hole does 400 damage.
Arrow under the tower into the Black Hole is cancelled by Snowball. Punch is in, Garda goes down, now it's cut. Diving tower, but he remains alive. 2 kills for the Radiants. A very ambitious dive from Dire. It did not work out.
That's a crazy call that they made. Because they knew that the Tusk was there, so if you back off, and you just like AFK for like 15 seconds, you just go here, the Tusk rotation is completely wasted. Like, he's just sitting here AFK, feeling shit about his life. He TP'd here, and then he missed a minute of creeps. He's gonna have to run back mid. But they think that they can get the Deuce kill, and even if they do get the Deuce kill, I don't know if it's phenomenal, because then you end up making the Tusk rotation worth it.
Top lane is Hobbs in danger, being run down by Brightside and Stee. He's disposed in, correction, rebounded in maybe? I'm not sure. Hobbs is just running away, but he will survive. Disposed? Okay.
Yeah.
Rebound
is the one that gives you move speed. You jump off a teammate for rebound.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if that'll, like, I'm not sure why that would help you remember, because I feel like that wasn't that useful, but I'm happy that if it does.
I'm faking it until I make it. Eventually, I'm going to learn it. This happened with Oracle. It took me like 6 games to learn Oracle spells, but eventually I got it.
The good thing is you only need to know about, like, 2.5 of Oracle spells. Nier goes down to the bottom lane somehow.
The exchange carries, though, perhaps. No, she survives. They couldn't get that last bit of damage on the Weaver. He just sticked up in Shikuchi. Now it's cut, rotating in with the help of Fiddles. It's both twins in the top lane and running down Hobbs and Sasquatch, but they instead turn to the mid lane Festival, and he is in a moderate degree of danger. In comes Brightside with that rebound. Dispose brings him towards Ka and Fiddles, and that will eventually be a death on Tusk, I'm sure. He'll snowball to the late, but... Wait, Breathe Fire missed. Wait a minute. Actually has no leaps to lift. Will stun up the Mirana and the Marcy. Huh. He still wants the skill, but Shikuchi is not quite in range. They'll move to Sasquatch instead, but he's also just under the trees. They couldn't lock him down either, so somehow nobody dies there on the Radiant side top lane.
That's surprising. I think they slightly misplayed the Tusk kill, but overall, I think you gotta be happy about that if you're Dire, even with all that happening, because you were able to get the Deuce kill and get the tower, the bottom lane at the start of that all.
I guess technically it was an exchange of towers, so I got the Dire side middle tier one, but that's somewhat related, I guess. Over to bottom, speaking of bottom, is Medusa and Mars, catching an Enigma in a Mars arena. Fairly easy kill there for Nier, and for Nier, that's a very important kill for his game.
How did Hobbs get here, actually? Why is he here? That's really crazy.
I don't actually know. I just kind of saw him walk up there and...
I mean, he got an Enigma kill. Killing core Enigma early on, even though Garda probably has a worse game than he should, is really important. It's slowing down the Enigma's game.
Middle lane, they want one more kill. It's the Fatalist Dragon Knights. Snowball in, stunning on Brightside and Fatalist. Punch is in, Brightside is out. That's 2 more kills for Festival on the middle lane, Tusk. And suddenly it's even on kills and 2K network in favor of the side of Draiden Fanclub.
Yeah, they've just been making pretty solid rotations on Draiden Fanclub now. They honestly have just ended up at the top of all of these engagements, kind of. I didn't even notice that they lost the mid tower on Dire. That's kind of huge, because they got the Dragon Knight, and the enemy laner is a Tusk. Like, none of these raiding heroes are really going to hit towers except for Enchantress. And I think that is what happened. I think an Enchantress creep just like...
It was DOS and a range creep. Enchanted range creep. Bottom lane, it's Nier. Yeah, he is extremely dead. He has no Stone Gaze, and that would not have saved him anyways, so down goes Nier.
His inventory is high-tech, though. I like it. I saw Tomato do this on stream one time.
Just 3 bands of Elven skin for a Dragonlance and a Yasha.
Yeah. But what Tomato did was he was like... He realized his game was too bad for Dragonlance, and that the Dragonlance wouldn't help him, so he just kept... Like, he just went Manta. Like, he just kept 2 casual Bandit Elven skins until he eventually finished Dragonlance after Manta.
Some high-tech stuff from,
I think that's actually the only time...
Tomato.
He was... Yeah, he wasn't dying at the time. That's good. I think it's only better if you don't go straight up Dragonlance. Nier's getting gone on.
They arrowed him and Malefist him, but he's also a Medusa, so he's fine. DOS, though, is walking into some severe danger. Dragon Tail's up in 3 seconds, but he's currently disposed in by Brightside. Dragon Tail's now on the
He's a mech.
There's no arrow. There's no mana for arrow. With the mech, DOS is simply alive.
Ooh, 4
on 4 HP.
This is a crazy... I don't think I've never seen someone like build like this on Enchantress, but it's kind of cool. I can get behind this. Just this mech. I saved it there, and it's gonna make them a lot more sustainable in these early engagements.
This is a wild fight middle lane. I mean, Fatalist is half HP, now lifted up by Sasquatch, but disposed away by Brightside. And this mid T1's just still there somehow. Speaking of still there, it's DOS. Dire once again see him. They kill his ward, but they cannot kill the Enchantress.
DOS is doing a nice job of just positioning himself in obnoxious spots for Dire. Because if he's in between them, if he's in between his team and their team, and the enemy team, then they just kind of have to go through him. But they prefer to just ignore the Enchantress in these team fights, because sure, DOS is a mech, but it doesn't really do that much damage or anything. Oh, Fatal?
Saw an attempt on Brightside, but with the rebounds moving literally 13 billion units away, it did not work. However, Snowball in on guard seems to be a little bit more effective. The damage means that there will be no black hole. Arrow is off the mark. So Sasquatch, I believe, will barely survive. The earn damage, not quite enough. So no deaths there on Radiant, 1 death on Dire being that core Enigma in Garda's game. It's just getting slightly more sad now.
That's a rough one. I mean, Enigma will always... You always build the black hole heroes, but... And you're not really able to always black hole heroes this game. You're against Verbic and Tusk, black hole... Or, yeah, Tusk. Snowball.
Medusa Stone Gaze as well, so you have 3 means of just ruining Black Hole. Top lane, bright side, tried to get frisky with the Radiant, but 3 heroes hitting him inside. Hobbs' arena ended that one quite rapidly, but... well, it's not Festival, looking for more. He snowballs in for Ka, the Mirana. Has a mech of her own thanks to buying a headdress early on. Punch is in, but Ka still has 1 more leap. They move to Garda instead, who cannot leap away. Black Hole is up. He's stuck in the ice shards, but it's Spear into Snowball into a dead Enigma via the God's Rebuke. That's 2 more kills for Draiden Fanclub. They're now up by 3k net worth, and when Nier grabs this top T1 tower, they'll be in a fantastic spot.
Yeah, Nier's seems pretty good in us and top net worth. Dire needs this DK blink to do a whole lot. He has it, but they haven't really been able to put it to use in a team fight yet. I'd like to see Fatal max Dragon Tail as well, because he's just gonna have 1 point of it for a really long time with his current skill build. He got the Talon at 10, which is fine, but I don't like that he's scaling Dragon's Blood now. I think he should just keep 2 points, go max Dragon Tail. Oh.
Speaking of the Blink DK, they move in down to Nier, but Nier is still alive. He's out of mana, but he has teammates aplenty. Well, Brightside has been caught in the shards. Thanos will run away, and that is a failed gank on Nier. 5v2 did not go well for the 2, and Draiden Fanclub want to do more fighting. Arena's up in 5 for the Mars, but T will Shikuchi away from Hobbs.
I kind of like this area that Weaver's playing right now, where Weaver's kind of just been chilling this bottom area, pushing the wave out and then farming the nearby camps. I think this is correct. T's a little bit poor, but I think it's the best way to apply some pressure on them out. You can see Hobbs had to TP down here, which is probably not what you want, because he's kind of their main hero at getting stuff done right now. I guess they have Tusk as well, but to kill some of these heroes like the Mirana, you kind of do need to just start off by blink spearing them.
We are seeing a little bit of a standoff middle lane. Both teams have 4 heroes nearby, but for now it's mostly some farm-oriented Dota once again. Wait a minute. Thanos blinks into Sasquatch. Breathe Fire is stolen. In comes Hobbs. The blink, the spear, the arena, the rebuke. But it is a Dragon Knight now healed by the mech of Ka. Thanos stands his ground. Man fighting. Arrow hits on Festival. And now it's Radiant beginning to crumble perhaps. Ka. Right side, engage in, bringing down Sasquatch. Snowballs there from Festival. They want to go on Fatal. Can they kill the DK? Yes, they can. Weaver has arrived, looking to clean up. Focusing on Tusk. Tusk has Blink up in 6, but can't get away. T is trying to lock him down, but in come the Radiance, the Spear, the Shards, the damage isn't enough. No! A fantastic time lapse from T. However, his teammates have run away. Doss has zoned them away with his Warpine Raider, so it will be, I believe, a 1-for-1 trade.
Doss isn't playing these fights really well. I'm pretty sure he just had to ban this hero. Like, he's actually very good at using the strengths of this hero. Like, you just never want to engage Enchantress if you're the Dire team. They don't have enough data. What is he doing? Did you see that?
I don't know.
He was just walking into the wall.
Oh, I think I know why. Yeah, I was watching the Warpine Raider, and it seems like he was also watching the Warpine Raider.
It was crazy. It wasn't like he was AFK. He was just permanently walking into the wall. He kept doing the running animation into the.
It's a move command or something. I've got no idea.
Yeah. That's besides the point. Anyways, Dawes is really good at kind of using the fact that Dire never wants to engage with this hero to just stand in inconvenient spots with them, because they really don't have the magic damage. They don't have a Skywrath or one of these kind of heroes, Snapfire, that can just press an ability and the Enchantress will die. All their damage is kind of the right clicks. They don't quite have enough burst in their DK Blink Stun plus Mirana Arrow combo to just kill the Enchantress from 100 to 0. And the rest of their damage kind of comes from right clicks, either Eidolons or Dragon Knight right clicks or Weaver right clicks. Weaver doesn't even have close to enough attack speed right now to be able to easily break the Enchantress.
Big Moonlight Shadow from Dire if they can get the big kill on Nier. But he has a Stone Gaze. The arrow is blocked with a neutral creep, and now Dire are on the run. Arena's in on 2 big cores. Enigma down. Dragon Knight collapsing. 2 cores dead. Dire fleeing rapidly, but Brightside and Ka both might be in danger. Correction, Ka's absolutely fine, but Brightside will not be fine. Caught in the shards, 4v1, 4v0, 3 for 0. Fantastic for the side of Draiden Fanclub.
Yeah, really, really nice arena by Hobbs. He somehow catches 2 cores. That was kind of wild, actually. I have no idea how he got it. He arenaed and then it broke the trees. It revealed Enigma. He, without hesitation, speared the Enigma, and Dragon Knight was stuck as well. Yeah, Radiant's just really comfortable in the heroes, it feels like. You can see it by their Dota Plus levels. I mean, Sasquatch is like retired
Bronze.
Dota player, so he doesn't. So he's bronze, but he's definitely played Rubik a lot. I think this might be one of his most played heroes in as far as ticketed games goes. Ticketed game goes, and then Hobbs Platinum tier, DOS Platinum tier. Of all 7 of their games, so including this one, DOS has played Enchantress in 6 of them.
That's an undeserved stat. I wish I could play my hero 6 times in 7 games. We would have won a lot more games if I could. What can you do?
I think people are like, I think you just try to spite DOS because not that many people like him. So you're like, yeah, I'll just beat the Enchantress. It's no big deal. He's not good.
You have to enjoy beating DOS, though, you know? Like, it's... If you're losing to it... I guess, once again, he's only won 2 games, so I guess clearly not, but... At a certain point, eventually someone's gonna start banning it.
I'm not trying to say anything, but when I was a player, I beat DOS Enchantress, so... Yeah, you know, it is what it is.
It's classic. Wait, DOS was playing the season you were playing? Oh, he was playing Seder that season, yeah, I remember that.
That was the season after they won, I think.
Or season 5. Well, that's a long time ago, Jesus.
No. It was role swap. So whenever that was, I played against him. He might have been standing in for a team, but he just loaded up against us. He picked Enchantress. We lost the Enchantress game 2. We won game 1 or something. I don't remember. Yeah, I think we won game 1, lost game 2.
Into danger.
he's very dead. Yeah, he has. His hero exploded. Enchantress might not die to arrow or into DK stun plus arrow. Sasquatch very much so does.
Especially if you hand deliver your own body with Shikuchi like that, it's not going to go too well.
Yeah, he's actually kind of poor on Sasquatch this game. I guess DOS has just been taking a lot of the creeps, and so he's kind of playing 5. DOS is still behind the sentries though. Actually, that's a lie. I think Sasquatch is buying sentries as well. It's just he kind of just lists heroes, and that's his job this game. Still
one
black
more kill
woman.
up top on support. DOS has been caught. Problem is, Hobbs and Festival both have arrived. They've demolished Brightside. The snowball in for Ka, who has 2 more leaps. Correction, now 1 more leap. Getting away from that snowball DD Tusk. So I guess that it will be kind of a 1-for-1, being that Rubik for the Marcy, but I guess those are kind of 2 separate fights at this point.
Yeah, ooh, oh, okay. Alright, nice blink.
That's a good blink away there.
Able to save his life. Got an extra wait for it that maybe... No, I mean, yeah, that was just solid play. I don't really think there was that much Festival could have done. I mean, technically he misclicked Snowball in the creep, but... It's what it's, you know?
Phanos didn't know that, though. He had his life flashing before his eyes, like, alright, Tusk is here, blink away, and that was the goal, and he succeeded at that.
Festival's about to finish an Ags, though. Just finished the Ags. I think that BKB first... No, I think that if he waits until after the DK goes in, he doesn't really have much to worry about. If he's able to, like, kick an Enigma into his team... I know that, like, kind of sounds like a meme, because you kick an Enigma into your team, you get Black Hole, but, assuming your team is spacing... like, is even thinking about where they are in their positioning, then kicking an Enigma and getting a free kill on an Enigma in these team fights is going to be super huge.
Saw a Radiant Smoke. They've found Ka, who is now kicked towards DOS. Ka has no leaps remaining, and now has no life remaining either. It is 1 more kill for Festival. He is up to 6-1 now this game. Radiant will claim this bottom lane tier 1 tower, but it seems like it might be in exchange for this top lane tier 1 tower. Wait a minute, never mind. They want to kill Fatalist. The Blink, the Rebuke, the Spear, and Fatal has no way out. The Punch, the Tag Team, the Snowball, the Death. So it's 1 tower and 1 kill, all for Radiant's. Dire get nothing but some creeps.
This Tusk is insanely strong right now. He can, like, doesn't really solo kill heroes, but if he's got If he has +1 heroes with him, then they'll die, and his +1 range is like 2,000 range away. Like if they're 2,000 range within him, then he can punch them. Then once they come down for punch, they get snowballed, then they get kicked towards the teammate. And when your +1 range is like 2,000 range away, heroes just kind of melt.
So we're seeing Sasquatch and Stolen Shikuchi probably half dozen times or so this game. Dire have a dust. Mid lane arena is on 3. Guard links away to Ka and Marcy are still on the inside. Punch, tag team. Supports on Dire actually remain alive thanks to Ka's mech. Snowball in again by Festival, but Ka remains alive. Gleipnir hits into an arrow, which will split the wickets. Dire still have their eyes on DOS. Blink in by Fatal. The Dragon Tail is on point, of course, but DOS remains at half HP. Radiant will walk away. The Aegis is now expired on Nier's Medusa. And the fighting appears to be over.
Nier's finished to Scotty, he's pretty strong. These Radiant heroes are so strong that Weaver needs a lot of items before T will really be able to do any major damage. Like this BKB is pretty important so that you don't get lifted into spear and you die from full health like a dog, but yeah, I mean, you're gonna need a Scotty to break through these strength heroes most likely, and then I mean, Scotty isn't really the best damage against Dusa, so you'll have to kite Dusa for a long time, and you'll only really be able to do good damage to Dusa once you hit like 25 with a crit, and that's just like that's a very long time away. I don't think you can be thinking about hitting your 25 timing. You got this mana break talent, but like it's not really very good against Dusa, let's be honest.
It's not enough. I mean, it helps, but it's not enough mana break.
Yeah, like maybe if you had Mana Break, Diffusal, and Manta, which is like an absolutely terrible build on Weaver, then you'd be able to kill the Medusa. But T's not like completely griefing. I don't like the Gleipnir build, by the way. Like I know Matu did it in official, but I didn't like it still. Brett says it did.
Matu's a real innovator with these builds on the upright side. I watched it the entire time, and that was... If I had a soundboard, I would put the Jaws theme on there, because that's just Kikuchi in... Radiant know the death is coming, we know the death is coming, but right side is, alas, doomed to die. Arrow bottom lane on Nier. It's a very hard kill, but if they can get it, it will be massive. Problem is,
How's TP is
it's a
cancelled.
Stone Gaze, canceling the TP of Marana, and, well, Ka has no leaps, he has a mech, but his life is forfeits. Luckily,
Festival did not need to
Weaver
do
got away,
that.
though.
That was hateful. Why did Festival go that far? That's actually a bad play, I'd argue. To make it all the way to the run. I guess they don't know that he has no leaps.
They didn't know it was just him and Weaver, I guess, either. Gleipnir on point for the Rubik. Rubik will die, but Radiant are good to fight around him. They kill Brightside. The Black Hole's there on board, but no, it's canceled immediately! There's just too much cancel. Sasquatch is dead, but so is Garter. Radiant walk forward. They've kited around Fatal. The spear is through that tree, and now Fatal's up to half HP. Hobbs is fighting with T, who's trying to kill Festival. Festival goes down on Tusk, and Nigga flies back and Dire. Want to salvage this fight. Dragon Tail's on the Mars. 2/3 HP. Vessel drains its HP rapidly. Can they kill the Mars? The answer appears to be probably, or perhaps not. He will Essence Ring and survive. Dragon Tail Arrow will kite around Nier. Nier has very low mana remaining. Dire will attempt to bring down the very dangerous Snake. Radiant actually cannot save him. He's stuck in that fireball. T is dead, but so is Nier. They head to Hobbs, who attempted to give his life to save Nier. It was a failure. He is dead. DOS has been arrowed. He has untouchable, but eventually he will die. The Vessel, the Fireball, the Starstorm, the right clicks. It will eventually be enough. The rebound in by Brightside. All 5 heroes in Radiant died there. And suddenly, despite being down by 10k, SenseiRaven1 has some life.
Yeah, they're doing pretty good. I think this is like Radiant's playing a little bit grouped up, and I think that the Weaver can actually outcarry.
Oh god, this Tusk hero has moved Fatal a long distance.
He's chilling. He's alive. You only this hero only gets like really stupid with the Octarine core. I mean, and with the 20 and the 25 talent as well, because like when you're 25, that's the shit that Gunner is really good at. Is he just like he'll punch you, and then he'll snowball, and then in the snowball he'll kick you backwards, and then he'll press W on the snowball to go forward. and then he'll snowball stun you, and then he'll snowball you again. That shit's really obnoxious.
You did mention that Tusk does need a +1 for his skills, and well, his +1 was dead, and Rubik, who was not there, so they could not be there.
Once you hit 25, you don't need a +1 anymore, because your spells are just 0 cooldown, and they all link into each other under every circumstance, and so you just kind of like, as long as you're really good at that minigame, you can just kind of click all your spells in the correct order, and heroes will die.
Interesting play from Doss, griefing his middle laner slightly. Festival had a bottle ready to go, but oh, we saw it. You went for it again, but this time Festival will get the room.
This time he's not bested by his own 5-player.
We're still at the situation where Radiance, they're not sort of lead letting us run it down a lane and win the game quite yet, but it is still a pretty solid lead. It is going to require probably 1 or 2 more badly played team fights for Dire to truly be in a good spot, rather than simply a passable spot. River might be that spot, actually. Radiant smoked the double damage rune, but Dire see the DD rune. Right side goes in, looking for the Rubik, but in comes a snowball.
6 spear.
In comes the Deuce, in comes the spear, down goes Brightside and T, and well, I mentioned it will have to be a bad fight for Radiant, but that was one very good fight.
Hobbs has some really good spears this game. Spear's like pretty much the only way you kill Weaver, like in every circumstance, pretty much. And so, the two deaths on Weaver so far this game have been because of some nicely timed spears. And this is going to be their high ground right now. They got Daedalus finished on Dusa after Nair got the last hit on T, and then they still got the tail end of this double damage rune.
Where's that rallied buff coming from?
Skeletons?
Oh. Huh. How long Skeletons have that
Badger.
buff for?
Badger, you can't be serious.
I'm actually serious.
It's 731.
I wish I wasn't serious.
Since the jungle bites back.
Radiant's bottom tower is
That makes sense.
You know, yeah, when they reworked it. People have been complaining about this creep for a really long time. Wait, I'm really surprised. It's on the Dark Troll Summoner.
I mean, I thought the change was they add a 3rd skeleton to it, and they made it randomly use it now. But apparently they added a 3rd thing. Oh, blink in by Fatal. Trying to tail into the arrow, but can they even kill the Tusk? Stone Gaze through response. It's oh, Black Holes immediately cancel the Stone Gaze, ruining Garda's day, and now it's Fatal in the middle of the Radiant team. Rebuke even further back. Lightmere will be on too, but the Black Hole was even stolen by Sasquatch. Oh no, that's all 3 cores dead, and this one's probably over.
Yeah. They might not call it, and the game might not end, but the game's really over. Emotionally for Dire, if not like if their throne doesn't explode right now.
Dire's top barracks.
One of those fights where Radiant had a one-man black hole, but it was still more.
Wait,
productive than
Badger,
your
wait.
black hole.
You're not allowed to get away with this. You didn't know the rally thing. That's why people were complaining. That creep can like solo kill mid-tier 1 towers. That's what I think Celery, he was the enchantress who's really good at doing it. He would just like solo kill your mid-tier 1 tower because you'd pre-use the skeleton, and you use it again like as you're like right up to the mid-tier 1 tower. Fatalness is dead. This game is over.
I thought it was just, the skeletons did a lot of damage. I mean, they've always been like famous for being, in terms of like HP per damage on a creep, very high. I figured it was just, you got an extra creep, right? So you use 6 skeletons. That's a lot of damage. I didn't know I had an aura.
They have an aura that gives 3 damage per skeleton to every unit, and so it scales with itself, right? Because it's plus damage, and you get a lot of plus damage, and you also have a bunch of units as well. So if you press skeletons twice, then you're giving all the different skeletons plus 18 damage. They have like 60, and you have 6 of them as well. And then you have the main creep as well, which has the enchantress like W buff, so that hits for probably like 100, 120-ish. And then a lot of the times as well, the tower can really explode if you're doing that with a creep wave. Like if the creep wave is tanking for you, or if your skeletons are tanking for the creep wave, because then all the creeps in the creep wave also have plus 18 damage, and yeah, towers just explode. That hero's bullshit.
That actually explains a lot, because it didn't feel right, but there were a lot of changes in 7.31. I did not read all of them, and clearly I didn't read it too closely.
That's the creep did get nerfed. Like the skeletons got nerfed in one of the sub patches, but creep's still definitely really strong.
I just loved how bemused you were. Like, wait a minute, you really not know this?
I'm learning a lot. Like, Lil Nick didn't know that Culling Blade doesn't work on denies, and then you didn't know that you didn't know about the rallied crew.
Not everyone could be as knowledgeable about Dota as you are logical. Whether it's playcaster Badger or DPC player Little Nick. Apparently we don't know things about Dota you do. I figured it out. I figured it out logical. You see, you're this analytical type. Well, me and Little Nick are just cerebral players. You know, we have instincts.
Yeah, Lil Nick really do just vibrate certain vibe link dagger. That guy is something. I don't think they're gonna pick Enigma game 2. I'll be honest. I feel like I vaguely remember Garda playing Enigma, like being an Enigma player. I don't remember if he just like wanted to play it for a little bit, or if it was like that was his Siggy for a little while. But I was expecting big things. It's on his profile right now, most successful. I was underwhelmed that game.
I mean, if you're picking Enigma into both Medusa and Tosku be piercing abilities, you have to really be confident in your Enigma ability. And well, unfortunately, what can you do sometimes?
I mean, it was like the mid game black holes. Like that's the part that like looks the worst because like yeah, I mean, like that black hole in the top lane looked really depressing because he didn't kill the hero. It got canceled instantly by Stone Gaze, and then Sasquatch stole it and killed the Weaver. But like, I think the bigger issue was the laning phase, where he was able to get a lot of denies because he was able to like group hit with him and the Eidolon, so he like just missed a lot of CS. I think, so it ended up being pretty poor. That wasn't the only problem in that game, though. I'll say they weren't really able to get very much going, and their draft was kind of overly reliant on the Dragonite Mirana combo. They didn't like quite have enough damage to kill anyone unless like the Weaver connected, but I don't think their draft is terrible. I can see the idea behind it, and so going into game 2, they're definitely banning Enchantress. Otherwise, they're smoking copium. But
let's find out what's in their pipes today. Is it copium? The Draiden Fanclub are respecting. There we go. Now both teams are respecting.
That's right.
Specialized heroes.
Are they first? Okay, they're first pick on Draiden Fanclub, so I would not be. Okay, I was gonna say I would not be that surprised to see if they left Wisp in because Sasquatch plays Wisp. But this makes sense. They've been Mercy themselves. Sasquatch wanted to play it.
There's a lot of all chatting from Peanut Gallery in this game, and you saw SenseiRaven1 all chatting a bit more game 1 until they started losing, and then it suddenly lack of all chat. We see Noun's very own Sasquatch all chatting, but Dire not responding.
Really, yes, Noun's very own Sasquatch. Tusk. This will. I have a feeling it won't be mid for one reason or another. But I mean, it can definitely be mid. It can definitely be 4. That's yeah. They got it all.
I'm going to head to the bathroom real fast. You never know when it's going to be an 80-minute game, so I'll be right back.
Coddle, okay. What are they? Coddle Night Stalker. Interesting. This is a blast from the past combo. I don't think. Yeah, this is a pretty funky combo. You don't really see this too much. These heroes just be anti-synergy when Coddle's Ags is based on daytime. But this combo is really good for a little while when Night Stalkers Ags. Ags is like pretty much unseen. I don't think the Ags is very good on Night Stalker at all. But that one patch where the Axe is really strong, you'd see Coddle Night Stalker, and you could just spam Shocker Magic on the Night Stalker after every void, and the hero would be incredibly difficult to fight into. I guess you have to. I wonder how the silence layers. I wonder if you can. It's 7-second 8. Oh, okay. So you can like pretty much perma get the silence if the Coddle's. Actually, Coddle doesn't really have to be quick, but yeah, you can definitely perma silence people, especially with the 20 talent. I could definitely see them picking up the 20 talent as well. The -5-second crippling fear cooldown. 8 pick Spectre. God damn. Okay, actually, this makes sense. Spectre is really getting into Coddle and Night Stalker. You can definitely hunt Coddle for the entirety of the game. Like, it's just a hero that you just haunt and then it's out of position. Normally, you kind of play out of vision of Coddle, but it's hard to play out of vision of Spectre because he just has map hacks. And then Night Stalker as well. Spectre is really good against Night Stalker because of interesting little mechanic called shared vision. Spectral Dagger is one of the few spells in the game, alongside Last Word and Static Link and a couple others, Charge of Darkness, that you steal the vision of your opponent with the spell. So like Night Stalker will fly and he'll get like that big ass night vision, that big ass flying night vision. And if Spectral Dagger is the Night Stalker, then he just gets all of Night Stalker's vision in these team fights.
Does that
And then
include the Shadow Step from the Aghanims, or?
yeah, because that applies Dagger to the Night Stalker.
I didn't even know it existed, man. I had no idea it did that. That's cool.
There's Last Word, Grimstroke W and Ult do it. That's the only hero that has two instances. Razor's W, Silence for Last Word, Charge of Darkness. I'm trying to think if there's any other. I looked at this on the wiki recently because I was telling FireRef about it. But
Team ban.
shared take a peek.
Dota is such a beautiful game, you know. It really is. Just so many little interactions in this game to make it what
Assassinate, Sniper Assassinate, Meepo Earthbind, and Disruptor Thunderstrike. Those are all the spells that give shared vision.
None of those surprised me except for
5
Earthbind.
seconds
Earthbind.
Uh, I feel like I couldn't like I definitely would never be able to name that if someone told me like name all the instances of shared vision, but it can make sense in my head.
I feel like if somebody sat you down at a table, gave you like 10 minutes, like, all right, name all the abilities that have it, and you hadn't looked at the page literally a minute ago, you probably gotten all those except for Earthbind. Earthbind's just like one of the weird. It's a passive on Meepo.
No. Earthbind's the Q.
My bad, but it's still a net on Meepo. That's
Yeah. It like kind of
Still a
makes
weird
sense.
one.
The net, like I played a good bit of Evo Badger. I'm not sure if you know.
I actually have
I'm
no idea.
I'm level 16 Dota plus on Meepo. The 175 games.
When did you do this? I've never seen you play Meepo in my life.
I mean, it was when the hero was better, of course. But I mean, this hero is like really fruit in pubs. Like that hero is beast in pubs. So played it some then. I don't know if I have like a literal time frame for when I played it, but
Radiant team pick.
yeah, I actually can't remember. I think it was after it was like really OP. So it was like really broken, like 7.00, because you had shrines and Four-Man Shield and Iron Talon and all that good stuff.
Dota Plus level's that old now?
No. I was trying to think of when I played all the Meeple. I think it was like I think it was after
Remaining.
you could skill stats. No, it was before you could skill stats, and then I only played a little bit after you could skill stats. Yeah. So that's right. Because up until the last patch, stats had a. I don't know what I'm talking about. Meeple. All of a sudden, this hero's never gonna fucking get picked. But it's if you scaled stats on Meepo, then your clones would actually get like 4 of all stats instead of 2 of all stats, because they would get the 2 shared stats from your main, and they'd also get the 2 stats from like the actual skill point, because they also got that.
We've gone far down the stream at this point on tangents of tangents even.
I don't know, like random stuff like that's the only fun part of this game anymore. That's the only reason I'm still playing. So you can tell people about shared vision.
5 seconds remaining.
I feel you. Not the way that you, but I too am drawn to Dota by one thing exactly. I assure you it's not Earthbind Vision, but what it is casting some Chen, apparently. It will be likely Wait a minute. Does DOS take this Chen from Sasquatch? There's no way, right?
Ooh, I'm not sure.
Oh my...
No, Sasquatch is really.
He's actually going to take the Chen from Sasquatch.
Is that surprising? Like he's just been playing jungle heroes the entire game. He's a fucking animal player.
I mean, Sasquatch, though, he played Shen to great effect last season, and, he's literally, former Complexity Gaming and
Seconds
Root
remaining.
Gaming StarCraft pro player, you know, like meanwhile you've got DOS, it's like a 34-year-old sales rep. Like, come on, this is different backgrounds.
This guy only plays jungle heroes. He's the king of the jungle.
What do
Lion.
you mean? It's just one hero, it's Edge.
Yeah, and Chen. I mean, what? Yeah, he's only played Edge. What do you want from me?
Like, you say heroes, like it's plural, it's one hero.
I mean, he's got a second one now.
That is to be determined. If they lose this game, I am rebuking their statements.
Okay, that's fair. I can accept that. They also got they got Rubik against Shakira now. Sasquatch is like loves playing Rubik against like there's a couple specific heroes against Jakiro. I mean, I guess like every Rubik player just enjoys playing against Jakiro and Underlord, but I remember like Sasquatch made a point of like just pick a Rubik every time they pick Underlord when I was on Otters. Ember, I don't like this Ember pick that much, but it's got some stuff going on. It plays nicely with Coddle.
Radiant team ban.
I'm actually really interested to see. I feel like it's the same scenario as last game, right? Where Dire have to do something. I guess the difference is last game there was Medusa, who was just this hero who will sit back and right click things. And Spectre is a little more. I guess not really that much more complicated than Medusa, but at least slightly more complicated than Medusa strategically. Well, Dire needs to once again make something happen, and they're doing it into the exact same like draft concept of hyper carry, Tusk, micro support, Rubik.
Yeah, they got Spectre Chen actually. That's a pretty dangerous lane because you can Spectre just kind of wants to chill in lane. You don't really try to kill heroes or do anything, and then Chen's like got the really good. Not like they're crazy good. It's not the same hero that it once was, but you got a pretty solid sustain in your aura. It gives you armor and extra regen. You can pick up a cheeky little heal creep or something as well.
Sasquatch actually stream sniping right now.
I don't think so. That guy makes too much money at this stream snipe.
That would be somewhat comical if it was true. So you're telling me he's watching? Okay, he's stream sniping that stream, but he's not watching my stream. I see. Thank you, Sasquatch.
I think SK here. Offlane Sand Gang.
Is Sasquatch about to? Oh my lord. That's the Sand King, you're right, but
Remaining.
he's asking, do you have delay on?
Yeah, this is. I don't like this SK pick that much, but it's what it's, like it's a comfort hero for Hobbs. Mars is banned. Bat's banned. Oh, look at Dire's bans actually. That's hateful. Mars, Pango, Bat, Underlord, DK. Just one after the next. John. Okay. Uh-oh.
I like the Radiant draft again.
I mean, Dire's just 1-6 in games, and Radiant's not doing that much better, but I think that Radiant's just really easy to play still. Like Spectre is kind of hard to play because you can't just like not get farm on this hero. You have to like exist in lanes and you got to get hunt kills and stuff. Otherwise, if you fall too far behind, your hero is just fucking useless. But it's awfully Tusk mid Sand King.
I'm just laughing at the interaction between the teams right now. That's all I'm doing is just laughing about that.
Mm-hmm. I think Dire's draft's better, honestly. Like, yeah, I think Dire's draft's better. If I saw this in a pro game, I would prefer Dire. Yeah, but I think Radiant will win too. But I like Dire's draft better. I think Jug scales nicely into the cores, or just like into Radiant heroes in general. And then aside, maybe their lanes are actually not very good. I think this Dire draft, the heroes play well with each other. I think Nightstalker Vision, with I think like having Ember Coddle with Night Stalker Vision is gonna be really obnoxious to play around or play into for this Radiant team. Like imagine at like 10 minutes there's just like some fight, and then Dire has Night Stalker and they got Max Slight Ember getting Chakra Magic from Coddle. Like what does Radiant have? The Sand King is going to have like maybe a blink at best, hopefully. The Tusk is not going to have that much. It's going to like cast some spells, some nukes. Maybe maybe Sasquatch steals Slight. Like, that's like best chance scenario, like the best case scenario. Spectre's not doing anything. Chen's not doing anything. Those fights look really easy for Dire. They even have Jug. But I mean, yeah, as you said, Spectre. If Spectre's ahead, it's just gonna feed off these supports. You get map hacks and team fights if you just press dagger on the Night Stalker.
Well, I'm a Spectre enthusiast in general. I just like the way the hero functions in a league like Lads, where a number of teams often throw their leads, and then in an environment where leads are thrown, Spectre's queen.
Oh, I can get behind that sentiment. Anything cool going on?
Look at this ward on the bottom lane. This is a very deep ward. They wanted to, I'm sure, snap Curious, but they just saw DOS walking over it, and they ran at him, but they could not do anything about it.
Yeah, this dodges sentries, because normally you'll just like place it here or like here or like here. Like no one really checks for this. Yeah. I mean there's like this ward, but normally you'll place your sentry like in this area to scout in case they try to block this campus blow. Because if you're against some real noobs, then you can get a 2-for-1 sentry where you get their obs and their sentry here.
I guess in this case, DOS, not a real noob, has not placed them yet.
No, it's Dire.
Not a real noob.
Yeah.
Might be.
He's got 2 sentries now, actually. It's a stop. Did he buy all? No, he just has 2. I think there's one on the top one. Yeah. The bright side's got the headdress this game.
Yeah, we're once again seeing headdresses. This time, instead of Cub buying it, it is Brightside, and then of course DOS. Once again with the headdress. Like, do you want the headdress in like each side lane or just one side lane at this point?
I have seen games where like just both supports have them for the different side lanes, and then they just keep a headdress in their inventory until eventually they sell the headdress. They don't upgrade it. They don't do anything. They just have a headdress, and I think it's solid. T is...
He's very low, and I believe, never mind, barely alive on less than 20 HP.
Kind of depressing. He has to like sit in XP range until he's level 2 and then healing ward himself for like 55% of his health.
And Sasquatch has killed 2 couriers in the top lane. He killed T's courier earlier with Salve on it, for that matter. Now he's killed Brightside's courier. This is not a good day to be Dire in the top lane.
Oh no, Brightside's playing out of headdress range for his Juggernaut. This is tragic.
He is currently... I mean, technically he doesn't want to be in experience range, but... I don't know. Wait, there we go. That's a good word from Brightside, but...
Yeah.
The headdress range, as you mentioned.
No, it's pretty reasonable. The Joke's doing fine, I think. I should probably pull up CS so I can see how these lanes are going. Mid's going surprisingly even. I mean, I guess this is kind of how this lane should go. But it's pretty obnoxious for Ember to really be able to do that much. Like, if SK ever presses Sandstorm, then Ember just kind of has to sit there. You can slight the SK a lot when you like get higher levels of slight, like level 5, level 7. But in general, this matchup in lane and in game is just like slightly favored for Sand King.
Got a bad feeling I'm going to miss DOS dying at some point in the next like 2 minutes. I don't know what it is. He's been playing very low in his bottom lane. I have a feeling eventually he's going to die.
I think he should have more tangos than he is. Are they coming on the courier, perhaps? Yeah, okay. I think that generally the way you play these Chen Spectre lanes is you just like buy or like lanes like this where you just kind of sustain like Chen Spectre, Chen Alchemist. You buy a lot of tangos, you buy sticks, and you just try to play like at like weird ranges of health where you're like 45% HP, and so you look kind of low and you can kind of bait the enemy team to cast spells on you, but you're never you're never in range to like straight up die to their spells. And I haven't been paying the most attention to bottom lane, but that could be kind of strategy that Doss is trying to do, where he's playing it like low enough to try to like get spells cast on him so that he can get stick charges and get the other team to waste some of their mana as well.
If Cub was paying exceptional attention, they would know that Radiant have a ward, because Doss hit it on accident. And he would say, wait, where the projectile go? When it went through that ward, so if Cub's paying extraordinarily good attention, he would know there's a ward right there. That's one of those like little edge cases where this doesn't really happen very often. Probably thought it went up where projectile was. How often do you pay attention to like, that extraordinarily small detail?
Yeah. I think mid players pay attention to it because it's kind of often because where you'll just see like a hero just like hit their ward until death, but it's definitely odd. It can be hard to notice, or you can like see it and then like if you go back and replay, you'll be like, oh yeah, of course that's what happened. But in the middle of a game, you're just confused. You're like, all right, well, got to keep playing still.
I think if I were in there, I said, oh, he must have accidentally hit his own satyr creep. Not satyr, the little centaur creep, but it was a full HP centaur, so he couldn't have denied it. It's the little things in Dota. Seeing a lot of trading in both side lanes, Ice Path is missed on Haas, but it zones him away towards T, so in that sense, it does a lot of damage towards the Tusk. Tusk will do more from death, and that will be first blood drawn by Breadside. Over to mid lane, we're seeing a burrow from Festival. Fatals is 6, a Remnant in for the Sand King kill, and that's now 2 kills for the side of SenseiRaven1 on the board. Over to bottom lane, meanwhile, they want a 3rd kill. They're going at Doss. It is nighttime. It's 3 kills across the map. 1 in all 3 lanes, all in favor of SenseiRaven1. Nier wants cut desperately. One more hit will do it. Now it is Draiden Fanclub on the board. But it is a 3-for-1 exchange across the map. Fantastic stuff from the Dire side.
That's pretty rough in the mid lane. I don't think you mind trading bottom like that too much. In fact, maybe that's even good for the Spectre. But mid, that's definitely rough to lane. This SK Blink is going to be hard. I mean, already at the start of this game, I lamented the fact that these like post-laning stage early mid-game fights for Radiant are going to be hard to take. But delaying this SK Blink is going to make it even harder. And he might go down here again.
He has Burrow, but it's only level 1. Dire for Sentry, Remnant, I believe,
Sick.
is missed.
What the fuck? That's
Festival's
crazy.
still incredibly low. He will die, but he will get Vengeance via the after-death epicenter damage. His twin will go down as well via the rotation of Hobbs and Sasquatch. So there's a 2-for-1 exchange, but notably, you mentioned how Sand King's game is sad. Well, he died there first. He's not even more sad.
That was a super swag play by Fatal, but he like died for it. He dodged Burrow with Fire. Like that's an instant spell that he dodged to Fire. That was cool as hell. But he fed for it, so it wasn't really a good play in the end.
If you think about it, what matters more, winning the Dota game or playing sick?
Always playing sick. This is a net gain for Dire. Killing the SK again is nice, but because like now you just run out the lane. Overall, though, I think it's fine for Raiden. You're probably happy to trade 1 for 2, anyways. I'm pretty surprised to see the Hobbs level 5 now, so my points less good. But at level 3 he was 2-0-1, which I think is kind of a mistake against this jug lane. I think especially for Tusk, you'll see them get snowball as early as like level 1 to save their offlaner from spin in this specific matchup. Like yeah, now he should just spin. Or yeah, snowball, there you go.
Or the bottom, Garda has ascended, and he'll bring down Doss immediately. We are perhaps seeing a potential dive top lane as well from TT. Omni slashed in, and that might just make him lose his own life. He's just taking tower shots and dying. Back to bottom again, they're running at Nier. Mr. KB9 is under duress, being run at by 3 heroes, but in come the TPs from Radiance. Garda, with that vision, makes Dire aware of the TPs in, but Dire's going to leave. So it's going to be across the map a 1-for-1. Okay.
Vessel TPs to the bottom lane, they scout the TP with the Night Stalker. Oh, this is sick play. What the hell? Dire's high skill as hell. They just go run mid. They see SK uses his TP to the bottom lane, they just go run mid. And I don't know if this is gonna work.
It's a very bold TP from Nier. Oh no. He's gonna die immediately.
Yeah, that does work for Dire. I think it might have been a little bit rushed, but it's pretty impossible to fight them, I guess. Fighting into the Coddle Ember like this. What's Fatal up to? Oh, getting their Arcane, I see.
I guess Radiant will get Vengeance. They bring down the Coddle, but Coddle for Spectre is a very good trade for Dire.
I feel like this Sandstorm's kind of illegal, but Dire's up to their own. They're up to their own business.
And that business appears to be running at DOS with 2 heroes. DOS, one more hit will do it from Garda. Garda brings him down. Though, if Garda wasn't there, Fatal had that sleight of fist damage. Speaking of Fatal, he's posted up near the illegal sandstorm, which is ending in actually no it's a very long time. Dust.
Dodge the dust.
It missed. Okay. So the sandstorm will continue despite its illegality. There's is there any more detection? No, there's not.
This one's more illegal than the one that was here, but they should definitely just sentry this. They kind of missed this Arcane Rune window on the Ember Spirit, which is rough. I think now they're
like
kind of
Cos went
overforcing.
die in the exact same spot as last time.
That's true.
I wish Nier got that kill. If Nier got the kill, it would have been a degree of irony, but what can you do?
Yeah, this is like a good idea by Dire to go for the mid-tier one, but I think they just kind of overforced it and they didn't quite go for this play correctly. There was some 4-player, I forgot what their name was, but they would go for this like mid-play every single game, where they like smoke when their mid-hero was level 6 and they'd go wrap around. But like, the idea of the play is good, they just did it slightly wrong every time, and so it made the play look bad. But, I mean, yeah, I like the way that Dire rotated on this timing, where the Ember's 8, they have like level, like she's probably level 3 chakra magic, but anyways, the Night Stalker is there for a little bit during nighttime. It's all like really smart, I think, but they just don't have a sentry down for the Sand King, and the Ka dies while the Ember's getting an Arcane Rune, and it all just kind of falls apart. Dire's still leading in this game, but it's just something that can be improved on.
And notably, if you look at where the hero net worths are at, Dire has net worth where they want it. They have it on Ember and they have it on Jug. Problem is Garda. He was good net worth wise. He's about to die, perhaps not. He's ascended away from Hobbs and Nier. Hobbs lacked the mana for the Walrus Punch, allowing Garda to escape. I guess Tusk's mana pool not that high right now. I can't miss game with low mana. Now Sasquatch taking a lot of damage. He'll tempt the Remnant away. I think he's just dead. He's just dead. And now Hobbs snowballing for Garda. Punch is up, but he's silenced. Nier has arrived with a dagger, but he cannot kill Garda either. It's just Radiant attempting and Radiant failing to do anything right now.
I mean, it's really hard for Radiant to get anything done. They have the escape blink now.
Epi, Blink, Burrow, can they kill Fatal? Fatal has remnanted away after killing Hobbs, so a second kill, and Radiant get nothing.
Ooh, Sasquatch is gonna solo.
Fatal.
Yeah.
Wait, Slate's up in 1, he's dead.
Ooh, beast. He's level 9 now. He's the highest level on his team.
Interesting. You're seeing top lane Blink Burrow for Festival. Ice Path will try to save, but it will not work. We're seeing a lot of all chat as well, but the result is the same. 2 cores on the side of SenseiRaven1 in the Grave Radiance with eyes on the top T1 tower. And wait a minute, middle lane, DOS. Thought he might be feeding, but he appears to be absolutely fine.
He's surprisingly poor on Chun. Like, normally, I'm used to, like, Chen's getting early mechs, like, sub 10-minute mechs, if their game's good and they're farming well. Then you just, like, kind of post, you can just go run around with your team. Also, Divine Favor used to, like, amp heal, so you could, like, mech heal for, like, unreasonable numbers. But DOS is struggling in this game. He definitely already had his mech by now. Last game.
Sometimes, you know, you just, you remove the ench factor and it's just delaying the mech by, like, 4 minutes, but it's gonna be okay for DOS, I'm sure.
Got another Arcane Rune on Ember.
I guess DOS is dead then, never mind. Lift will be on point, but Fatal is still here to fight. Remnant, he can't usually has one defensively posted up, but he's still running as Sasquatch, and well, that is an escape. Burrow, on Coddle, haunted by Nier, dagger, the damage will do it. Fatal will Remnants. Will not go to the Remnant. He wants to once again go in with that Sleight of Fist. Guard as a senator running at Nier. Nier's half HP and drops to the Omni Slash. Burrow hits Garda, but Garda is still absolutely fine. Now T is spinning, looking for more. Does some damage, but finds no more kills, but the result is the same. Dire have won the team fight, and they have the vision to perhaps kill DOS. DOS is in a severe amount of danger, though. Maybe he's fine, actually. It's a Epi response from Festival. I think Garda may have seen that with that extra vision and as a result backs off.
I like this rotation by T a little bit. I missed. Oh, he omnied near and near went down. Okay, yeah. This is a good play by Jug, though. I think he should come mid and he should come spin hit the tower. It's 130 HP.
Now he killed the enemy carry. Mission accomplished. He is gone to the jungle. He's farming.
They're gonna. I mean, yeah, I understand the thought process, but they're gonna step on each other's toes in the bottom lane. You gotta. I'm just like drawing shit. I started to realize.
You're welcome.
It's like my drawings don't even make sense. I'm just trying like there's got Garda here and T here. They're like right next to each other. They're farming each other's creeps. It's not so good. They got a lot of creeps in this top area that are gone missing, and I think it would be okay to avoid like not farming these creeps during the 14-minute mark if they get the mid tower, but they didn't get the mid tower, and so now it's just kind of bad. Now the Night Stalker just kind of got kicked out of like 400 gold, and Jug's like the same farm, but he could have farmed creeps that were not the Night Stalkers.
Unfortunate opportunity cost, but for now it's still Dire in the lead, so I guess they won't be missing out on the 400 gold too much. Middle lane, we are on Tower Deny Watch, and we're also on a pause. We can explain with a dot at the end from Ka, the period, for emphasis. Radiant have not responded. That's a great response, actually. You should get 5 rep forced to do that when the ESL admins ask for the pause reason.
Yeah.
They might get a draft penalty for that if you do that, actually.
He needed a pause is a pretty good one, I think. Why did I just state reason for pause? He needed a pause.
I don't know why I'm laughing so much. Apparently I'm just I am giddy beyond all belief.
Cuz making some kind of call right now. He's picking out the different heroes. Tuscan, King Rubik.
And currently there are 4 heroes missing on the Dire Vision. They see a Tusk and they see nothing else.
Yep. Yeah. Okay. That is true. What's gonna happen next in this game? Nier's probably gonna farm this top area. Oh, he's back. Beast. There is... What else is gonna happen here? Guard's gonna farm this bottom lane. Right side respawned or something. They should... Okay, they're gonna deny the mid tower. Alright, so I mean mid tower goes down.
That was where my mind was before the pause, but the pause may have distracted me on that one. A little bit of a do-si-do between Fatalness and Hobbs. It results in the mid T1 being denied by Hobbs.
I would like to see Fatalness. Fatalness should just like go on Radiant side of the map permanently. I mean, you can run it near, sure. That's an acceptable play. But like with Ember Coddle, I think early on this game they have 3 red bodies. Yeah, nice. Good eye. But is he gonna die? This looks... I feel like Spectre's tanky.
Big kill if they get it. The
They got
chains, the
Macropyre. He's dead.
Macropyre, the Ice Pass, Snowball brings him out of Macropyre, but he's just so low. He'll pop the wand. He brings down Ka, but it will be at the cost of his life. Cytophist doing the final blow. Problem is, Fatal has no remnants. Chains are up. It does not hit on Rubik. Can Sasquatch pursue? Snowball. Full Breath, Fade Bolt perhaps. That will do it. They bring down Ember. In comes Garda, looking for vengeance. He has silenced Hobbs, but Hobbs is still a strength hero. He has a bracer. He's alive. In comes the burrow. The snowball delays, but T has the spin. Ice Path hits on 3. They bring down Hobbs. They move to Sand King. Sand King is low. Sand King gets crit to the grave. I think that's good for Dire. That's a very, very even exchange right there.
Yeah, I mean, you're happy to kill the Spectre, because Spectre is like the only way that Radiant's winning this game right now. And his game is bad. Oh, yo, Nier's game's really bad. I did not realize. Look at where he's sitting in net worth right now. It's 5.7k. He's lower than the Sand King. Even the Sand King's been having a rough one also. Like, he got a couple of kills here and there, but... I mean, the Sand King's not happy. He just, like, blink stunned without epiing and then died to a dust. That was wrong.
Well, Doss. How's he alive, actually? He should be dead right now. This is definitely illegal.
They miss Chains and they miss Ice Path.
Well, in comes the Haunts. Fatalist will dive in with the Remnant, killing DOS, but now Radiant know he's there. Problem is, yeah, it's near leading the way. Without a Haunt, they're not killing
Missed.
the Ember.
He missed the slight chance timing. Anyways, T's playing really well this game. That was what I wanted to say. Like, I like his rotation to just like come to the bottom area and then Omni slash the Spectre, like in the mid game. I mean, I did say that I think he could have killed the mid tier one. He probably should have, but he's been farming very well, and I think his fight selection as well has been really solid this game. He can very easily carry this game. I'd like to see him buy a shard, and then after the Manta finish a Scotty, and then I think he's like super duper strong this game. He's able to kill the Spectre and spin. These other heroes don't do shit to him. He just has to avoid getting epi burrowed, but I don't think that's super impossible. And he has Coddle Heal as well to save him, so.
And here we see Fatal, fresh off of killing DOS once again. Killing DOS. I think technically it was a solo kill. Right side was an XP range, but I don't think he did any damage to DOS on that one. Yep, he did 0 damage, so all Fatalists. There's one more kill for the Ember, who's up to now 4 kills.
Did come Chakra Magic Kill?
I don't think he was in range for it, so no.
Okay. Alright, beast.
I think it
Soul
was
King the
just-
Chen. Let's
I think
fucking
this
go
Fatalist
Fatal.
walked up at DOS, who just was trying to get some creeps and just died.
It's definitely hard for Radiant to find their footing, especially with like Chen. Every time you die on this hero, it feels really bad because then you have to go and you have to find your army again. Because like a lot of times in these fights, the Chen creeps are just gonna die either to like Ember, Slight plus Maelstrom, or like Jug Spin, or like Macropyre. There's a lot of just like stray damage that can kill these Chen creeps.
Radiant are scanning.
And every time your creeps die, you kind of need to go wait until you have a full army. Or not like a full army, but you have to wait until you have a couple of good creeps, otherwise your hero's just kind of a mech plus Hand of God bot. And you don't really want to spend a full hero pick on that.
Well, Dire have smoked. They found Festival, not the easiest kill in the world. They've dusted him. Blink is now canceled on Sand King. Ice Path stuns, but in come Todd, snowballing in, bringing down Jakiro. Dire will Remnant on Sasquatch. The Rubik is in severe danger. Sleight of Fist Remnant will bring him down. Garda.
It's a unfortunate pause, but it's kind of important. Like, the fact that T's disconnected right now, this guy has everything. And, yeah, so he's probably he's gonna pick up a Rampage. Sasquatch is dead already. He's gonna somehow come back to life. He won't buy back. He'll come back to life and then he'll buy back after. T's gonna get 6 kills. He's extremely powerful.
Interesting. A very interesting way to get the 6 kills, actually. Sour Green!
What?
I've heard tan, I've heard beige. Obviously, gray is a holdover from Dota 1, but what? Sour green? Are you high?
Yeah, I don't know. That's great. That's the one that I've heard most hotly contested. That one in teal. I feel like I've heard teal get called some fucking whack names, but
Is teal Rubik or is teal Ember Spirit?
teal's Rubik and Ember Spirit's light blue.
I call that cyan in the mousy light blue, but
Yeah, like cyan, like some fucking weirdos call
it is
teal
it
cyan.
is a cyan color.
It's
We're
teal,
seeing
it's-
return to the game. Fatalist Remnant brings down Festival to chains on Shen. Correction, a death on Shen. 3 kills in favor of the Dire side. It's absolutely a cyan. What do you mean?
You gotta be a real sicko to call teal cyan.
Maybe I'm real sicko though, but I'm factually correct.
Let's TF2. He's nothing. There's nothing happening. He's like really difficult to kill. Like his spin TP can get canceled by punch this game. But what's making him spin TP? What's threatening him to spin TP? There's like nothing. It's just Epi Burrow. Maybe once the Spectre gets like a Scotty, then he can slow the jug through spin, and then you'll be able to like chase the jug a little bit or something. But Nier's going Ags first, and even at the Scotty, I'm not sure that the jug will just like explode. It's still gonna take a very specific scenario where T probably has to overcommit.
He's just so large right now. He's just so massive. I mean, this is Manta, Maelstrom, and Shard and 400 gold.
Yeah, I mean his farming speed has kind of slowed down a little bit, but yeah, I mean he's still really strong. Once you get the Shard on Jug, then you really start popping off. I think like the way that I don't want to just talk about 5 RF off cooldown, but the way DNM itemizes on this hero is he just goes Maelstrom Yasha and then he just buys the shard straight up. Like it'll just Q shard up even before Manta. Even if it's like even if the enemy team has an Orchid and stuff like that, it'll just buy Manta. It'll buy shard.
Did you just say you don't want to play about 5-4 stuff on cooldown?
Or off cooldown, yeah.
What's the cooldown of mentioning 5-4 stuff?
I mean, I it's yeah, if it's pertinent, then I'll talk about it. But
Also,
that's
you're
all.
saying it's a qualitative cooldown, not a quantitative cooldown. Okay.
Yes, yes.
We have one more pause again. This time it's Ka disconnecting. I don't know why. I honestly don't care why. But what I do hope is that it will be done soon.
Pink is being xenophobic. All right.
Didn't Garda ask for no all chat like 5 minutes ago?
That's their pause reason, clearly.
Is that allowed in the rulebook?
You tell me, that.
I don't know
I
the
don't know.
rulebook of this league. I should, but I don't.
If you don't know the rulebook, then certainly there's no way I'll know the rulebook.
To be fair, they should also know the rulebook. They have an admin of the league on their team.
He's gonna spin TP now, or he's just gonna walk away. Yeah, that works too. He's also like practically hasted with phase boot spin.
480 move speed with the phase boot spin. That's a lot of move speed.
What's going on in this game? Sector's kind of catching up. I think he's gotten a couple of kills with Haunt. Just some like drive-bys, but I would like to see Dire be more aggressive right now. I think they're kind of AFKing a little bit too much. It is a little bit difficult for them to find kills, I'll say. But if they're able to just like push the waves out really quickly and then connect their heroes on Radiant side of the map, I think that these heroes are just gonna be really sad. Like they can honestly just like run up this high ground. Who's stopping them? They're just so much stronger right now.
I mean, they could maybe try to like force Roshan potentially if they want to something happen.
That's a little bit dicey against Sand King and Spectre, but I would like it more than what they're doing right now. Like look at what T did. He just like he farmed the triangle and then he like ran here and then he farmed this camp and then he went back this way. Like he's missing out a lot of money right now, and this money can be found on the Radiant side of the map.
Well, perhaps they are making a jaunt into the Radiant side of the map right now. You mentioned to move the Tri-Camp, and they're moving towards the Tri-Camp. They'll put up their wards. They see Sasquatch, who will force staff himself away.
Oh, stole an ice path. You'd love to see it if you're Sasquatch.
Near is forced to use the Manta. T is diving the tower. In comes Epi, Burrow, off the mark, but T is punched through to the death. Now it's Fatal with his BKB and Garda diving for more. They bring down Doss. Hobbs is half HP. Garda's BKB is ending in 5 more seconds. Hobbs dead. Sasquatch dead. Stolen Ice Path goes with him, and now it's a 4v2 dive. Dust buys back. Haunt disjoints projectiles, perhaps, but no. Nier is just still dead, as is Festival. They bring down Brightside. They bring down Fatal. But Hobbs still needs more. Ka TP's away successfully, so technically Radiant gets some kills on the way out. But it cost them 2 buybacks. It's still not great.
Yeah, I mean, okay, it's not the best for Dire, but they like very evidently went too far there. Like, I mean, T just kind of dies without getting Omni off, which is really rough. I've been complimenting him this entire game, so of course he had to choke in this fight. But yeah, they just dive a little bit too far. Like the Rubik, sure, he steals Ice Path, he becomes a high priority target. But like, if you don't catch a hero with the initial slight chance, you're just not catching them on Dire right now. That's just how your draft functions. You don't have a Scotty slow. You don't have like a Night Stalker basher. Is Garnet dying? Isn't that BKB?
He is. I mean, BKB is on cooldown for 20 more seconds, so yeah. Never mind.
Oh,
He's
the shard.
shielded. He has that Night Stalker shard, that Hunter in the Night active. And he'll survive. He had the mech as well from Ka.
Yeah, during nighttime he'll be able to eat. He'll be able to eat Chen's ancient creeps that he doesn't have right now through the shard. This is actually one of the like really good things about Chen that has been in the game for a while, but the hero's still been pretty mediocre. Is the fact that the ancient creeps aren't locked behind the Aghanim Scepter anymore. It's locked behind the Aghanim Shard.
Eating ancient creeps actually sounds a lot like cheating. I'll agree with you on that one.
I mean, if you're a summons player, it is. You're playing Beastmaster or something. This little rat just pulls up to the team fight, and eats your ancient creep. It definitely feels like cheating. But then it's not actually. It's very appreciated because that means that Night Stalkers are good against these cheater heroes like Lycan and Beastmaster. Just like really disgusting. Not Visage really. Like
But can you eat a Visage Familiar?
you probably can at nighttime. This ability is powerful. It breaks the laws of Dota. You can eat your teammates' couriers.
Really?
Yeah. That's it. You can load up a game right now, pick Night Stalker, wait till nighttime, buy the shard, and then eat your teammates' couriers off cooldown.
What?
They have to leave their base. Like they have to be outside of Fountain vulnerability range, but if they're outside the base, they are not safe.
Why? Well, okay, we're seeing a gank top lane, 4-man smoke gank for Nier. Nier has Manta and Taunt. He will use Manta to be silenced by Garda. Nier is low, he's force snapped away by Sasquatch. Ka is dead, but so is Nier. Now Dire. And for Hobbs, their BKBs are ending. In comes Festival, the Epi, the Burrows, they're on 2. Can they get the big kills? No, they cannot. Radiant have collapsed. Triple kill for T. DOS, the lone survivor, is being run down under his tier 3 tower. Ultra kill for T. That's a full 5-man wipe, and suddenly SenseiRaven1 are going to run straight into the Roshan pits.
Yeah, this is just a practice fight. They're like when Dire died, the Rubik. This is just a fuck. This joke is fucked up. I forgot what it's called. Rehearsal. This was a rehearsal team fight right here. This is the real team fight that they were trying to take. They go on the Spectre first. Dies just because they were able to like cast all their spells on him. Ember does unreasonable amounts of damage since forever. And then Jug gets a really nice Omni off, picks up a ultra kill. He's gonna have the Scotty and Aegis right now. This game is incredibly difficult for Radiant.
I guess the difference is before they weren't as 5 and they were running it near like over here. But then they were absolutely, I think they were 4 to start the fight, running at him here, which is a good bit further away response time wise. Like, you know, he's very close to the tower versus he's very far away from the tower.
Yeah. I mean, also they tried to go on the Rubik in this fight. I'm pretty sure because they saw he stole Ice Path, and so like here they're like reaching for a target that's like, I mean, sure, killing Rubik is like important because you have to, but you're not happy to kill a Rubik. But here, when they're killing the Spectre here, they're killing like the most important hero on Radiant, and they're doing it like they're not reaching. The Spectre's just out of position.
Bottom lane,
is
Festival
dying.
is dead, yeah.
You have to die sometimes. When you're losing the game, you just have to die sometimes, and that's life. That's just how it goes. I don't know if this is a necessary death, but it's just sometimes you do have to die to show where the enemy teams are. Like he pushed the wave out a little bit at least, and now Nier knows that he's safe in the top lane. So I mean, it's like it's not the worst death in the world. You just gotta die sometimes, and that's life.
Seemed like Festival and Sasquatch wanted to make some kind of play happen, but instead the play is Sand King dying for space.
Sasquatch up too. Actually, I see him. He's from the hard camp. I see him. No spell. This is always depressing as Rubik. You just got no spell. Like this is a great place to farm a storm on Rubik. If you got like, he had some kind of Coddle Blast or something, you could just like cut waves, but
Spell.
no spell indeed. Looking for couriers. Something.
Garda's invis right now. Nier. He's silenced. Held Manta. Garda actually can't win that fight. Problem, Dire are in your base right now. Hobbs is snowballed into his death, apparently. He'll BKB, he'll punch, but T is absolutely fine, has 2 lives. Won't even lose 1 life, it appears. T3 middle, dead, melee racks, about 4/10 HP or so. T can go back in whenever he wants to. Maybe he's waiting for the Manta to be up again.
Like I like the idea by Garda to come top and try to like cancel this guy's TP, but he's playing Spectre on Nier. You don't cancel a Spectre TP. He's just gonna haunt to the fight.
Burrow. In comes Garda, zoning Festival. The Dust, the BKB are both active. Sand King is being zoned all the way to Fountain. Nier is haunted in. T, Garda, they're both injured. Healing Ward now dead thanks to the haunt damage. In comes Hobbs and Nier. Looking for Fatal. With the Omni Slash from the Remnants. Bring down Tusk. He has no buyback. Epi, Burrow, only on Mump. The damage is massive. T, low. Fatal, low. Aegis has been lost. Fatal still is alive. Can they kill this man? The Slight, no. The Fable brings him down, but T is back with a vengeance, bringing down Sasquatch, heading over to Festival and DOS. Festival is dead, and well, it's only a 3v4 defense now. He has finished the Rex. Mickey's still a fighter. He's still a fighter.
That fight went better for Radiant than I thought it would, but it still was not good for Radiant. Like, they weren't able to get the Spectre, the Ember died, they didn't really, like, feed on all of the heroes, they had to buy back on Sasquatch, but I mean, Dire's fine with it. This is a little bit suspect. I don't know about going for bottom as well.
They want to strike when the iron's hot, apparently. Sasquatch may just lose his life, or perhaps not. The spin was up. Sasquatch actually 4 staff on cooldown. I probably could have killed him there, but instead it's a tier 3 tower dead. And now Dire leave.
Okay, well, I mean, it's unnecessary probably, but at least they're backing out now.
Shadows. That's the real haunt.
Was it?
Was it real haunt? No, I was Shadow Step. Never mind.
Yeah. Gotta love that has the exact same sound cue.
Radiant have smoked out. They appear to want whatever they can get, but they will get 2 Jug Illusions maybe. Correction, they won't even get the Jug Manta Illusions. They'll get absolutely nothing.
That's rough. Oh, okay, so this next fight from this is kind of gonna be the game deciding fight. I think that Radiant showed like signs of life in this fight. I'm just drawing boxes off cooldown. They showed some signs of life, like these there's like TI 8 kind of OG fights, I'd say. Wait, was the last one 9 or 10? That one was 10. Yeah. So like TI 8 OG fights with like Spectre and, you know. I don't think you know even a little bit what I'm talking about. But
I remember Spectre, Centaur, Tree Protector, yeah.
Yeah, this kind of stuff with like damage reduction. They did it with Shen and Alchemist as well next TI as well. But like, yeah, you know, they had these kinds of like bait team fights where they let the heroes that are really tanky soak a lot of the damage, and then they're able to just like take long fights. Saw some glimpses of that, but they're gonna need a lot more to win these fights. Okay, they got some cooldowns.
Yeah, I mean, they attempted to run down Festival. It did not work. They saw Hobbs, tried to go towards him. Also did not work. Problem is, Tier 2 tower cannot blink away. It is now dead, and Dire of the Rise on the Tier 3 tower. Garda has vision in the backlands. Look at all that vision he's giving you. Blinks in for DOS, and DOS gets a mech and a 4-staff. He will be fine. Garda, his BKB will be ending quite soon. T is still hitting the T3 tower. T3 is alive. Mantos will finish it. And Dire actually are backing off. Their lanes, middle and bottom, are not great. They need to mine their lanes. Ooh. Bit of risk EP from T, but end up working out there.
Okay, well, it's probably a good play by Dire here. That's a little bit boring, but you should just wait for Roshan realistically. They pick up another Tier 3 tower. Radiant's sitting at 0 Tier 3 towers now. But Dire's just pretty committingly in favor of this game. So okay, what does Radiant need to win?
That's a very good question.
I mean, okay, it's kind of just in Dire, right? Dire has to fuck up a little bit. They can, if they're able to steal Ice Path and get a good Epi initiation, then I think that's pretty important. Maybe Dire misplays this Roche fight. That could help them get back into the game.
Second Roshan will be alive in anywhere from 1 to 4 minutes, depending on what Ice Frog gives us today. Dire and Radiant are both showing in middle lane. Both teams know where each other are, and Mir, I think he's in danger. Ice Path is off the mark for it to spin into the missile from T. But Radiant move to the backlands. They want Brightside and Ka both remain alive. BKB, the pop by both teams. Haunt is in, but Mir is down, and he cannot return to the game. Brightside is the trade, but he has a buyback. Now it's a 5v4. Remnant in by Fatal. To the middle of the team fight. Garda blinks in as well. All 3 cores are in. They're focusing Hobbs. Hobbs desperately tries to get away, looking for Ka perhaps, but Ka is still alive. Sasquatch dies to T. Hobbs dies to the remainder of SenseiRaven1. 3 dead. Only Tusk has buyback and Radiant space. Radiant's base is going to die.
Ice game's over. Oh,
That is
never
the
mind.
one
Hobbs
buyback.
is buyback. Hog, they won.
FE, never mind. Nothing is working. Radiant are collapsing. Omnislash is in. Hobbs has died back. The pistol on the BKB Sand King. That's a full 5 minutes, and that will be a GG call. There's a GG, and it will be a 1-1 draw tonight between SenseiRaven1 and Draiden Fanclub.
Yeah, I need Darius draft, but outside predictions of them to win.
I'm happy you were 2 for 0 on draft predictions tonight.
No, I was not. I said Radiant was gonna win. I said I like Darius draft more, but I said Radiant was gonna win, so that doesn't count.
What can you do?
Yeah. They played this game. They played this game well, though. I will say. I think aside from that one team fight where T just like his keyboard stopped working for a second, then he played this game really well. Divine 3-player, what a beast.
Guard up. After game, we
He did chart himself game 1.
We were flaming guard at game 1. Game 2, maybe he heard us. So you know what? We're coming back with a vengeance. 11-1 and 14, leading this team KD wise. Tons of net worth on an offlane Night Stalker. He's more farm than near even, so it's just a fine game to be Night Stalker.
Huh was more from the festival. Like, yeah, this kind of happens. They were leading for a while, and Radiant really never got massive momentum. Like they had that one fight that wasn't terrible, but that was like kind of the best thing that they got. Like highlights for Radiant this game. They're not a whole lot. Like Sasquatch kills Fatalness mid, and the game is paused. Like that's only the best things that happen for Radiant this game.
I can almost imagine some like meme, you know those meme videos where it's like remember the name for like 20 seconds. That's what it'd be. It's be remember the name with the one solo kill for Sasquatch, and that's it. Video over.
Yeah, top 10 moments for Radiant, and it's just Sasquatch killing him mid, and the video ends. Yeah.
Well, seems like we are at the end of our 1-1 night. I am being
That's a lie. Actually,
I am being pinged in the admin chat right now. Very cool, very cool. Love me some lads drama at 12:11 in the morning. But what can you do?
Actually, they had another highlight. They had that top fight where all of Dyer's computers stopped working for a second. That was a highlight. They took advantage.
All right. You got any more analysis for us, Logical?
Nah. I think that both teams played pretty decently well. Dyer doubled their wins. They just had to play insanely well. Game 2. I mean, they actually didn't play that crazy well, but they had glimmers of just being the best team in lads.
And maybe things will be good for both teams in the future. There's always potential for both teams to improve their season from this point. Because I'm sure both teams are not happy with their season so far, 8 games in. But at this point, they're no longer playing each other. There's room to grow elsewhere. Thank you for joining me, Logical. You got any more final words, call-outs, shouts to say to the people of League of Lads?
Huh? Follow me on Twitter.
Which Twitter?
Nah, just follow me on Twitter.
Okay, let's follow you on Twitter. Thank you to the viewers for tuning in tonight. Thank you for the subs, Mr. Pacer Dota and Wang Doodler. Really appreciate the contributions to the cause. Really feels nice. Really appreciate it. We'll be back for some more Lads action, I believe, on Tuesday nights. I believe that is when we'll be back. Yeah, we will be back on Tuesday night at 9 p.m. EST for Draiden Fanclub taking on Boarding Zone. Hope to see if Draiden Fanclub can improve upon their 1-1 tonight with perhaps a 2-0 on Tuesday. For now, though, thank you for watching. If you want me to cast your games, cast your tournaments, contact me on Discord, Badger5713, or on Twitter, twitter.com/Badger2. Yeah, thank you for watching, and as always, have a great night.